Ladies and gentlemen,
Hey.
I'm joined today by the amazing
Whoa.
Priscilla Perry. Make some noise. Priscilla, welcome to South Bay Love.
Thank you.
You just came off the stage and completely blazed it. Your original songs are beautifully written and very well executed.
Thank you.
Really appreciate your music every time I hear you. So let's just jump into some questions. I want you to tell me and the people, tell me about where you're from. Talk about the music you grew up listening to.
Okay.
And how where you're from and the music you grew up listening to has influenced your music journey today.
Okay. So, first off, I'm from LA. I was born in Inglewood.
Woo.
Raised, in the Inglewood area, South LA. Kind of went to school in the South Bay area, which is where we are right now.
Right.
Yeah, so kind of just all of those areas, but I'm an LA kid. My dad was from Detroit.
Okay.
And my mom's family was all from Louisiana.
Got you.
You know what I mean? So it's you kind of have that southern influence to it, even though you grew up in LA.
Yeah.
Just being that black kid.
Yeah, for sure. And
Yeah.
Detroit, while it's in the Midwest, I'm from Chicago.
I feel like it has more of an East Coast vibe.
An East Coast vibe, but
Detroit specifically.
Yeah, there are a lot of Southerners that came to Detroit. I mean, the black folk that moved to Detroit and Chicago, they came from the Delta.
Absolutely.
So they were go-getters, first of all, because they were the ones who left the South saying, I'm going to pursue this opportunity.
Yeah, and that's what my dad did. He went from over there, and then he moved to LA in the 80s.
Absolutely.
And he stuck it out here, and he figured it out, and then he met my mom, and
the rest is history.
So.
And I just got a chance to sit down and talk to your mom. She is a beautiful soul.
Yeah.
And very proud of you.
She's
amazing. Like, I'm at every show, no matter what.
She's always screaming.
Yeah, she loves you. I'm like,
she's my number one fan.
I put my hand on her shoulder and I said,
not just because she's my mom. She's been 100% supportive of my music journey since I said this is what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's always been she's there for it, whatever I need.
So she was telling me that she was saying that your dad was the one who had the musical gene, if you will.
Yeah.
But she was like, well, she gets the music from her dad, God rest his soul.
Yeah.
But she was like, so she doesn't really get that from me, but I said she gets support from you. And
absolutely. And that's one of the biggest things that you need, because it's not always easy to make it as an artist. Unless you get some big break or whatever.
Exactly.
It's I'm a struggle bus.
Yeah. And it's a continuous grind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And she's been there for the grind, and so
that's awesome.
I honestly don't know where I would be without her.
Yeah, that's dope.
But the music itself, my dad played guitar and he played piano. He had a voice. It kind of had a little gravel in it, kind of like Ray Charles, a little country twang, but soulful, you know what I mean?
That's awesome.
And so we had that bond for sure with the music.
That's great.
But yeah, so I grew up in LA, and then because my dad, he was 52 when I was born.
Okay.
So he listened to a lot of older music. Because of him, I listened to Ray Charles. I kind of got into Stevie Wonder heavy.
Yeah.
If anybody ever asked me what's your favorite artist of all time, it's Stevie Wonder hands
I can
down.
see that. Yeah.
But I'm not just listening to Knocks Me Off My Feet and Rhythm in the Sky. I'm listening to the deep cuts.
What's your favorite Stevie Wonder album? Do you have a favorite album?
My favorite album. It's so hard because there's so many songs that I love from him.
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple of favorite songs off of The Secret Life of Plants.
Okay.
He kind of got a little weird.
Yeah, he did.
But my favorite album, in its entirety, is definitely Music of My Mind. That's the one.
Mine too.
That's the one that I can listen to all the way through.
Hands down.
I'm sweet little girl.
Yeah. It's my favorite Stevie album. And not one song on that album is on his greatest hits.
Yeah.
It's just a musical gift. It tells a story, or it flows from front to back. You can listen to the album front to back. My favorite album. Even just the sounds that he was using then. I think that was
the clavinet.
72. Yes. Yeah, 1972. So it's before the sequence drums and all that stuff, it was all raw, all natural, but just really good album.
Classic, yeah.
Yeah. So how has the music that you was exposed to, the Ray Charles, the Stevie Wonders, how would you say that has influenced your musical journey and your style, if you will, or your approach even?
I guess maybe it's influenced my approach because as far as writing, I never started out with the idea that I wanted to write a song. And because when you listen to Stevie Wonder's music, like you can feel like whatever he was feeling like comes through the music. It must mean that it's based off of feeling. And so when I started writing music, I went into it like almost as a necessity. Like I'm going through something, this is how I feel, and the best way for me to express it at this point in time is through a song.
Sure.
And so that's how it comes out. And so there's, all of my songs kind of have a different feel to them.
Yeah.
And when people ask me like, what genre do you play? I'm like, I don't really know. It kind of depends on the song because like some of them are like R&B, some of them are kind of, pop soul, neo soul, or like. Then I have other songs like, I have a song that came to me in a dream where I was being chased.
Yeah.
And that one's almost like kind of like theatrical.
Right.
It's hard to like pin it down to a genre, but like listening to artists that like Stevie Wonder that. You can feel like whatever they were feeling coming through their music. It influenced me to the point where that's how I write.
Yeah.
Listening to Stevie Wonder like throughout my adolescence was a masterclass like in itself.
For sure.
Like there's so much to be learned by just listening to his music.
No question. No question.
And then when I got older, I actually started listening to Esperanza Spalding a lot. I love her.
So I have another question that just came to me. I have 4 daughters.
Okay. I have 5 sisters.
That's awesome. one of my daughters has expressed. She's 5 now. Actually, it will be 6 this month. She's expressed interest in picking up a guitar. One of the gifts that I plan to give her for her 6th birthday at the end of this month is a guitar. If she were here right now and you had an opportunity to speak to her name is Ella, by the way. You had an opportunity to speak to Ella, what would you tell her to inspire her or encourage her around her exploring her gift in music?
I mean, for me, it's like don't be afraid to make mistakes.
That's good. That's good.
Because sometimes we can get discouraged going into things, and like there's so many talented people out there. Yeah. I don't know if I can answer this question well. Yeah, don't be afraid to make mistakes, because sometimes you can find beauty in the mistakes. And when you're practicing and figuring your way around the guitar. I don't know.
That's good.
Too many of these.
That's still powerful though.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
That's powerful, and that's a message that a lot of people don't offer, because what it looks like, is a lot of times we see the quote unquote finished product. Everything's so polished and but a lot of times you don't see the greatness,
10 hours or
the greatness in the making.
Practice.
Yeah, for sure.
When I was in college and we would have our recitals, and the recital is 30 minutes long, but you don't see the 6 hours a day that it takes on this one piano piece or whatever guitar piece that goes into perfecting that thing.
Absolutely.
So just don't be discouraged.
That's good.
I guess. Yeah.
Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to me. Yeah. Again, Priscilla Perry. You can follow her on Instagram at Priscilla Perry Music. That's Priscilla spelled Priscilla. Perry, traditionally Perry. Music, traditionally not a K or Q, none
just
of that.
Regular.
Just super regular. Priscilla Perry Music. Thank you so much, and it was great having you at South Bay Love. Peace.